tactical strength and conditioning program was designed for tactical athletes, including conventional military forces, special operations forces, law enforcement, specialized law enforcement units, and fire and rescue first responders, as well as those responsible for their physical training.
A lot of the guys on my team, they just had this mentality of like a bodybuilder type workout where they just go in and they do bench press and they do, arms, nothing for their legs, no cardio work, nothing like that. I ended up hurting my back, having back surgery. It became very apparent that those workouts weren't working for us. We had our annual physical fitness test, and 6 of the 15 guys on my team ended up failing that test because they couldn't pass a 1.5-mile run in 12 minutes.
What generated my interest in this was, at the time I was the commander of the Colorado Springs Police Department SWAT team, and I was concerned that the physical fitness testing that we had was not job related and wasn't really indicative of an operator's ability to perform the job. And at that time I started to explore resources to see if there was anybody out there that could help me find a link between the two. How do we measure their performance, and then how do we test it and implement it? I was put in contact with the NSCA and was fortunate enough to get hold of Mark Stevenson, who was extremely enthusiastic in assisting us with our task and the challenge that lie ahead.
Step one was, okay, can we create a test that is, defensible in court? So we did that, we looked at that, and we did come up with one.
Personally, I would give the credit really to the NSCA because they really went out of their way to identify what our need was. I mean, they were out with us on missions late at night, spent a lot of time on training days with us, actually wearing the same equipment that we were wearing, simulating and actually performing the exact same tactics that we do, so that they got this really intimate knowledge base of what it is that we were going through. We started to see significant improvements in our operators' performances. We saw significant decreases in injuries. As promised, real telltale sign for us was, historically, we had averaged 1 serious back injury a year. Well, in the athletic world, I mean, people understand the need to warm up and to do things to prevent injuries. We don't have that luxury. And so a lot of times that would result in a back injury. We'd have people having back surgery almost on average once a year. We haven't had a back injury in 4 years, which for us is huge. Because previously we were averaging over $700,000 a year in workers' compensation claims. That's been cut by about 80%. Those are the real world results from our partnership with the NSCA and Tsac specifically.